going to do some playful balancing and twisting, and we'll finish off with a nice restorative Yoga Nidra. So to begin our practice today, laying on your back in Savasana. Getting yourself nice and comfortable and relaxing into your space. Allowing your body to be supported by the earth. Feeling grounded. Noticing your heels where they touch the earth. The back of your legs. Your buttocks. Lower back. Your upper back. Shoulders. Neck. Head. And your arms and fingertips. As you're breathing naturally, scan your body, noticing any tight areas or areas of discomfort. Exhaling into those areas and just freeing up your body, just relaxing through your body. Noticing your mind, letting go of the busyness of your morning. Allowing you to take the next hour as a beautiful space for self-care. Allowing yourself to raise your vibration for yourself and for others, and being in this beautiful space, supporting each other in our loving yoga community. Setting yourself an intention for your practice. It might be to be playful and curious with your asana today as you move through it, giving things a try, but remember to be aware of your body, and you always have the option to rest into Savasana at any time. Gently rolling to one side and coming to a seated position. I'm going to begin the practice with an Om. So you can join me if you choose to, but you don't have to. So we're going to bring our hands to Anjali Mudra. The significance of that is it's like the bud of a flower or the size of your heart. So holding that space, we're going to take a big deep breath in and then exhale. And another deep breath in and then Om. Om. And then coming to all fours. We're going to exhale and bring our body into a child's pose. Notice the ground beneath our legs and beneath our hands. Walking our hands forward and bringing our forehead down towards the mat. Taking some nice deep breaths. Noticing your breath. Staying here for a couple more breaths. Settling into your space. And then as you inhale, bringing your body back up onto all fours. And then exhale back into child's pose.
Noticing the nice stretch through the lower back, through the shoulders and arms. And then inhaling, coming back up onto all fours again. And exhaling back to child's pose. And then inhaling back up onto all fours. And we're going to do a few cat-cows, warming up our spine. So as we inhale, we're going to lift our chest and lift our gaze. And we're going to exhale, we're going to round our back up towards the sky, looking through our legs towards our toes, stretching through our vertebrae, a little bit of movement right through the whole spine, warming up our spine and moving with our breath. Just moving through a few more breaths here. Slowly warming our body up. And then coming to a comfortable seated position, you may sit back onto your knees, or you may prefer to have your buttocks on the ground if that's not great for your knees. And we're going to do some twists from side to side. So we'll place our right hand down on the ground, and as we lift our left hand over the top, we're stretching through the left side. Then we're going to inhale to the center, place our left hand down and exhale to the right. Going from side to side, giving ourselves a nice stretch through the side of our body. Feeling that nice stretch through our shoulders. And there we go. Going to the right side now, and we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Just relaxing into each breath. Each time you exhale, just notice you're stretching a little more to that side. And 1 more breath, and then we'll switch to the other side, placing our left hand down on the mat and our right hand over the top. Good, and let's take 3 breaths here. Each exhalation, just stretching a little bit more towards that left side and feeling the nice stretch up the right side. And then bring your hands back to Anjali Mudra. And we're going to go lifting all the way up and then coming forward and taking our knees wide and our feet together. We're going to exhale into child's pose, stretching our shoulders forward again, walking our hands forward and bringing our forehead down towards the mat. Noticing that nice stretch through the lower back and through the shoulders. Staying here for 3 more breaths. And then sliding the hands back. And we're in all 4 position. I'll just go to the side. And we're going to do a series of upward dogs and downward dogs. So if you've still got your socks on, you might want to take your socks off at this point so you don't slip, like me. So we're going to spread our hands nice and wide, and we're going to feel the earth underneath our hands, tucking our toes under. And as we exhale, we're going to lift our hips up towards the sky and walk through our heels, taking our heels down towards the mat for our first downward dog. Giving that a really nice stretch, feeling that through the back of your legs and a little stretch through your shoulders as well. And then we're going to come down to our knees and walk our hands a little forward and take our chest up into an upward dog, feeling that nice stretch through the spine, a little bit of compression in your lower back. And then we're going to lift up back into a downward dog. Slide your hands back a little as you come back up into downward dog, staying here for a few breaths, paddling those heels down towards the ground, nice stretch through, and then taking your knees down to the mat, sliding your hands forward, and lifting the chest and lifting the gaze to upward dog. And then taking it back, sliding your hands back, tucking the toes under as you exhale back up into downward dog. This time, if you would like to, you can go through to upward dog without taking your knees to the ground, or you can just take it through to your knees. And we'll go 3 more just in your own time. So we're just moving through the upward dog and the downward dog. Giving that spine some nice movement. That's it, nice work. And then when you finish there, coming into a standing position. Just adjust this a little bit. Okay, we're going to walk through some sun salutes. So we're going to start off towards the front of our mat, and you're all very familiar with this now. So you can watch me for the first round, or you can just come with me from the start. So we're going to inhale, raise our arms up into mountain pose, raise our gaze. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Bring our hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift our gaze, lift our chest, feel that stretch through the back of the legs, and then we're going to step back into a high plank, or you can have your knees on the ground to a low plank, and we're going to slowly lower ourselves down to the mat, bending our elbows back, and then we're going to lift into an upward dog, and then tuck our toes under, exhale into downward dog. Have a breath here. Then we're going to raise our gaze towards our hands and step forward into a forward bend. Inhale, lift our chest, lift our gaze, flatten out through the back. Exhale, bring our chest towards our legs, hug our chest in. And then inhale, come all the way up. And back to Anjali Mudra. So that's one round. We're going to do 2 more rounds. So you can either go at your own pace or you can come with me. So I'm going to inhale, go all the way up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift the chest, flatten out the back. Exhale, bring the chest towards the legs. And then stepping back into high plank. And then slowly lowering the body down. And then inhale, lifting through into upward dog, tucking the toes under, coming up into downward dog. Stay here for a breath, just catching your breath. Lifting your gaze towards your hand and then stepping forward into a forward bend. Inhale, lift up through the chest, flatten out your back. Exhale, bring your chest towards your legs. And then inhale, bring your hands all the way up and back to Anjali Mudra. Nice work. Just having a breath or 2 here. Letting your breath catch up with your body. And we'll do 1 more round. Okay, so inhale, bring our arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. And then exhale, stepping back into high plank. Exhale, lowering the body down to the ground. And then inhale, lifting up into upward dog. And then tucking your toes under. Pressing into downward dog. Take a breath here. And then taking your gaze forward towards your hands. Step forward with your feet. into a forward bend. Inhale, lift your chest, flatten out your back. Exhale, bring your chest towards your legs. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And back to Anjali Mudra. Nice work, ladies. Okay, just taking a few breaths here. Just noticing how your breath is with your body. We've done quite a bit of movement there. You should be starting to feel a bit warm. We're going to go into a warrior sequence. So we'll start with warrior one. So we're going to take your left foot out slightly to the side and step forward with your right foot. You're going to have your shoulders and your hips facing forward. And we're going to inhale, lift our arms and bend through that front leg. So we're coming up into a warrior one position. In this position here, we've got our chest raised, our gaze raised. Just take a couple of breaths here and you'll notice through that left hip flexor, you're getting a nice stretch there. Let's stay here for a breath or two. And then we're going to go into a warrior two, so taking our arms out. So we're going to look forward towards our right arm. And then we're going to dip back our left hand towards our left leg and our right hand up to the sky. Just feeling a nice stretch through there. And then taking both hands down towards the ground. Now, if you have a block at this point, you can put your right hand on the block, or you can have your right hand near your ankle. And we're going to take your left hand up towards the sky. So you've got now a twisted triangle pose. Stay here for about 3 breaths, just feeling that nice stretch through your right leg. And then bringing the left hand back down to frame your foot. And inhale, come all the way back up into warrior one. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra and then step forward. Give your legs a little shake here. Then we're going to go to the other side. So this time we'll have our right foot turned slightly out towards the side. And we're going to step forward with our left foot. As we raise our arms and inhale, we're going to bend through that left knee. So the left knee is stacked on top of the left ankle. Lifting our gaze and lifting our chest. See for a couple of breaths, noticing that stretch through the right hip flexor. And then taking the left hand forward and the right hand back, gazing towards that left hand with the left knee still bent. Then we're going to take our right hand down towards our right leg, looking up towards the sky where our left hand is. Just staying here for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to fold forward and bring our hands down towards the mat. Take your left hand down next to your left ankle. And then we're going to raise the right hand. So gaze at the right hand as you lift up. Sit. And taking that right hand all the way to the sky. Feeling that stretch through the back of the left leg. That's it. Beautiful. So staying here for a couple of breaths. And then bringing the right hand back down to frame the left foot. And inhale, come all the way back up. And bring your hands back to Anjali Mudra and give that a little stretch. Nice. Okay, now we're going to have a little bit of a play with some balancing. So we're going to fold forward. So inhale, lifting your arms and then folding forward. Now at this point you can have your hand on a block if you wanted to, or you can have your hands on the ground. So if you've got them on a block, maybe like this. And what we're going to do here is we're going to inhale as we lift our left leg. So we've got our 2 hands down and our left leg up, spreading out through the toes of your right leg, having just this little soft bend through the right side. So we're in like a three-legged dog or coming into an aeroplane pose. So what we're going to do here is we're going to balance on that right leg. So we're going to take the hands up if you can, take them off the ground and have that balancing on that right leg. Find something to gaze at and stay here for 3 breaths. And then gently bringing your hands down towards the mat again and taking that left leg down. And staying here in a forward bend, just giving your hips a little bit of movement from left to right. And then we're going to go and do the same thing on the left side. So spreading out through the toes of your left leg. And we're going to lift our right leg off the ground as we inhale. So taking the right leg straight back. Okay, and getting your balance here, finding a gaze point, steadying your body. And when you're ready, taking your hands up off the mat, soft bend in that left leg, and bring your arms up. If you're finding it's a little bit unsteady, just bring your right toe down towards the mat, and you can take it up when you feel ready. You might find one side is better than the other. Staying here for 3 breaths. Just being curious with it, and then gently bringing your hands back to the mat, bringing your right leg down, and then coming up, back up to standing position. Nice work. So give that a little stretch, give it a little shake through the legs, and we'll do one more balancing. So get back onto the right leg this time. We'll do a tree pose. So with this one here, spreading out through your right foot, so your toes are nicely spread out. Thinking about the balancing points, the 3 main points on your right foot. And we're going to bring our left foot either to our calf or a little higher up above the knee, whichever works for you. And you might find one side's different to the other. And then bringing your hands either to Anjali Mudra, or you can take them out wide like branches of a tree. And we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Now, if this is a little bit hard, you can bring your foot down a little lower, or even have the toe of your left foot just on the ground. And one more breath here. And then slowly bringing that foot down towards the mat and shaking it out on the other side. Well done, everyone look pretty steady. And then we'll go to the other side. So spreading your left toes out, getting yourself nice and steady, and bringing your right foot next to your left leg, coming into whatever position is going to work for you, finding your gaze point. And when you're steady, you can bring your hands into Anjali Mudra or into the branches of a tree, taking 3 breaths here. And one more breath, then slowly release that down. Give your legs a little shake. Well done. So you've all had a try and you've all been a bit curious. Looks like Elsa's getting a bit hot there. Okay, so coming down to the mat now, and we're going to do some forward bends on the ground. So the first one we're going to do is a Paschimottanasana. So it's a forward bend with your legs out in front of you. So we're going to inhale, we're going to lift our arms all the way up to the sky, and we're going to exhale as we fold forward, gazing at our toes. So you may have your hands over your toes or at the side of your foot or near your ankles or shins. We're going to stay here with the gaze at the toes for 5 breaths. Just noticing that nice stretch through the back of your legs and through your lower back. Noticing your breath and remembering what your intention was for your practice.
And then bringing the hands up. And we're going to go into Paschimottanasana with a twist. So we're going to take the left hand down to the right foot and take the right hand up behind. And you can actually bind that right hand around your back as well. And we're going to stay here for 3 breaths, noticing that little stretch and twist through the spine and through the right side of the leg. And 1 more breath. And then inhale, bring your hands up. And then as we exhale, go forward and take your right hand around the outside of the left leg. The left hand can be up behind, or you can bind it around your body. Looking at your left big toe, staying here for 3 breaths. Just feeling that nice stretch through the back of the left leg, a little bit of a stretch through the shoulder and opening out through the chest. And then inhale, take it all the way up. And then we're going to roll back into a Apanasana. So we're going to lay on our back and bring our knees up towards our chest. Just giving you a nice roll around on the lumbar spine, loosening off any tension in the lower back. You might be crackling around a little bit like mine is. And coming back to your breath. And then placing your feet on the ground and bring your buttocks towards your heels towards your buttocks. And we're going to take our body up into a bridge pose. So we're going to inhale. We're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. And you can either leave your hands placed on the mat, or you can bring them underneath you in clasp position and draw your shoulders in. And we're going to lift up high as you can through the hips and bring your chin to your chest. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Just at your own pace. Tuning back into your breath. And 1 more breath here. And then releasing your hands and slowly lowering your spine vertebrae by vertebrae down to the mat. And then hug your knees back up to your chest again as a counter pose to the bridge pose. Then we're going to go into an inversion, so taking our legs up into the air. So you may want to put your legs up the wall. You can just have your legs straight up. You can have a supported legs with a block or a bolster underneath your lower back, or you could go up into a half shoulder stand. So whichever one works for you. So lifting up into your legs up. If you're in a half shoulder stand, having your hips held by your hands like a bowl of fruit and bringing your elbows towards each other to give you some support. If you have your legs straight up, just give them a little shake. Make sure that they feel nice and light. And we're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Just feel the effects of the inversion. Nice and light. It's good for your lymphatic system, good for your immunity. If you have your legs straight up, you can bring them out wide. You can take a few breaths there. You can bring the soles of your feet next together. And if you're in a half shoulder stand, you might like to drop your feet towards the floor behind your head into a plow pose. Taking about 3 more breaths here. slowly lowering your spine back down to the mat. Nice. And then rolling over onto your tummy. And we're going to place our hands underneath our hips. So palms of the hands up under the hips. And we're going to go into a locust pose. So with the locust pose, we're going to squeeze our butt and we're going to lift our feet up off the floor. Squeezing up through there, lifting the feet up, feeling that nice compression through the lower back and squeezing through the glutes. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And then slowly lowering the tops of your feet back down to the earth. And just laying here with your forehead on the mat for a couple of breaths. And then bringing your hands around, clasping them behind your back if you can. If not, you can have your hands straight out beside you. And we're going to lift up as we inhale through our chest into a snake pose. So our feet stay on the ground, but we're lifting up through our chest, raising our gaze. Staying here for 3 breaths. One more breath here. And then release our head back down to the mat and release our hands. And then we're going to go into a half boat pose. So we're going to take our left hand out in front of us and going to reach back our right hand and grab hold of our right foot. And we're going to inhale and we're going to lift our chest, lift our left hand and lift through our foot. You nearly got it, Penny. And then exhale, release, and swap over to the other side. So we've got our right hand out in front. And we're going to inhale, lift up through the chest, reach back to our left foot. And we're going to inhale, lift up. So we're feeling a nice stretch through the front of our left leg and a stretch through our butt and through our right hand. And then exhale, release that down to the mat. Now, for the next one, you can either just lift your feet and your hands. So coming up like this, just lifting feet and hands. Or you can reach back and have your left hand on your left foot and your right hand on your right foot into a full boat pose. So be curious, have a go. So we're going to inhale, we're going to lift up through the chest, pushing back through the feet and coming up into the full boat pose. Nice stretch through the back. Beautiful work. Nice, Penny, nice, Caroline and Gilda. I can't see Deb or Elsa. And then exhale, release, and bring your body back down to the mat. Well done. And then we're going to come up into cat and cow. We're just going to release our back after that. A little bit of action. So we can inhale, lift our chest up, and then exhale. Bring our back up towards the ceiling. Just going from left to right. And then tucking your toes under, we'll press up into a downward dog, walking our heels towards the mat. And then taking our knees out wide, our heels together, and we're going to exhale into a child's pose and just give that a nice stretch through the back. Taking 2 more breaths here.
And then rolling onto our back, we're going to do a little bit of release work through our lower back. Having your legs bent, your feet on the floor, arms out to the side. We're going to drop our knees towards the right side and look towards the left. And we're going to stay in this position for about 3 breaths. Bringing your shoulders down to the mat so they're nice and flat. So you're feeling a nice stretch through the chest, the front of the chest, through the pecs. And a nice stretch through the left side of the body, through the left hip. Taking 2 more deep breaths here. And then inhale to the center, bring your knees to the center. And exhale, take your knees to the left and look to the right. Relaxing into this stretch through the right side of the body. Having your shoulders nice and flat on the ground, feeling that stretch through the front of your chest. Taking 2 more deep breaths here. Then inhale to the center. We're going to take our left leg across the front of the right leg. And we're going to hug that towards our chest, taking the right foot off the ground and bringing that folded left leg and left knee towards the chest, just moving that round in a little circle. And then placing the right foot on the mat, right hand on your left knee, left hand out to the side. And we're going to draw that left knee towards the right side while you look to the left. And bring it down towards the ground, and we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. So this is a little more intense than the one that you just did. Just taking some nice breaths here. Noticing that nice twist through your spine and nice stretch through the left hip, through the left ITB as well. It's a common area where it's quite tight. Just breathing into it, relaxing your body. And then inhale back to the center. And we're going to swap our legs over. So we're going to take our right leg over our left leg. And we're going to exhale as we hug that knee towards our chest. And inhale as we draw it away. Just moving it in and out and just moving into some little circles on that lower back. Just really helping to free up through that left glute area. It's a common area that is quite tight. And then drop your left foot down to the ground. Place your left hand on your right knee, right hand out to the side, straight out from your shoulders. As you exhale, draw that knee, the right knee towards the left side and look towards the right. And let your body relax into this stretch. Bringing your shoulders down so that they're nice and flat. Feeling that nice twist through the lower part of your spine, and notice the stretch through the right side of your body. Taking some deep breaths here, and on each exhalation, just relaxing into it a little more. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then bring back to center and hug the knees towards your chest. Just rinse out the spine twist that you've just done. And then relaxing your body back into Savasana. So having your legs out nice and long and your heels resting on the ground. Noticing your body just relaxing into the ground, taking some nice deep breaths. Noticing your energy and noticing the warmth from the asana movement. If you have an eye pillow, you can place it over your eyes. If you have a blanket, you might like to place it over your body so that you're nice and warm. So all the heat that you've built up during your practice, you get to retain it
and let it nourish you while you have your beautiful Yoga Nidra. So laying back in your Savasana, noticing your breathing. Taking 3 deep, relaxing breaths, relaxing your body. Be aware of the sounds in the distance and moving your awareness from sound to sound without attempting to make any judgments about the sounds. Be aware of your physical body lying in Savasana. Notice your alignment, your chin lower than your forehead, your spine aligned, your arms close to your body, fingers away from the floor, nice and comfortable. Becoming aware of your natural breath and keeping it completely spontaneous. Repeat your intention mentally 3 times. And rotate your consciousness around your body. Notice your right hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right hand side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and rotate your consciousness around the left side of your body. Your left hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and move your attention to the back of your body, your heels, back of your legs, buttocks, back, shoulder, arms, hands, the whole of your spine, neck, back of your head, crown of your head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, center of your eyebrow, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left, lips, chin, throat, chest, 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 abdomen, 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 pelvis, pelvis, pelvis. Become aware of your breath, counting back from 17 to 0. Checking your awareness that you're still awake. Awakening the feeling of warmth within your body. Your whole body is warm. Your arms are warm. Your legs are warm. Your whole body is warm. Now awaken the feeling of coolness in your body. Imagine the whole body is cool. Your arms are cool. Your legs are cool. Your whole body is cool. Bringing your awareness to the front of your closed eyes. Imagine the following objects as they are named. A setting sun, a beautiful garden, a red rose, clear blue sky, a rainbow, the sound of the ocean, a kookaburra, a whale, a puppy, the new fronds on a palm, the smell of rain, a beautiful sunrise. Repeating your intention again 3 times. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body resting in Savasana, aware of the room that you're in and the surrounds, the floor, the ceiling, the windows, the sounds inside the room and outside the room, recalling the time of day, and know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. I will sound the sign of the Tibetan bell once. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Gently rolling to one side, and you can stay in that position if you like, or gently come up into a sitting position. Thank you for your beautiful energy today, raising your vibration and here supporting each other and all of us in our yoga community. Acknowledge the great work that you do here in your yoga practice. Let's close the practice with an Om, acknowledging the support in our space. I invite you to join me, but you don't have to. So we're going to take a big breath in and then let go. One more breath in. Om. Bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts and to our lips for kind words and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. And just noticing how your mind and how your body feels, and take that with you for the rest of your afternoon. Well done, ladies.
Thank you.
How did that feel today?
Good. I could
Good.
sleep.
Oh, you had a good sleep. Yeah, it's